2016 is going to be an amazing year for video games as we have some amazing and very highly anticipated titles. Today we're going to take a look at 50 of the most anticipated games of 2016. These are games that have been announced but not yet to release as of the time of me making this video. Also, I will be releasing a part 2 to this, so if you guys haven't subscribed, be sure to click that subscribe button if you guys would like to be notified when the part 2 is out. Anyways guys, let's go ahead and check out the 50 most anticipated games of 2016. Overwatch is an upcoming multiplayer first-person shooter and is being developed by Blizzard Entertainment. Now the cool thing about this game is the gameplay casts various heroes, each with their own and special abilities and roles within their team. Now I actually didn't find out about this game until I saw a custom-built PC over it at PAX South. You guys are probably seeing a picture of it right now. This is apparently one of the heroes in the game and they built a custom PC over it, which is pretty sweet. But you guys don't really care about the PC, you probably care about the game more. But it's scheduled to release for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One in the first or possibly second quarter of 2016. Nier Automata is an upcoming action role-playing game developed by Platinum Games and plans to release for PlayStation 4. Players will be able to control multiple players throughout the action-based gameplay and the story, and they will also have the ability to rotate the in-game camera 360 degrees. New playable characters are unlocked with each playthrough, and gameplay is generally focused on melee weapons, but some shooting elements may be planned. Mass Effect Andromeda is an upcoming action role-playing third-person shooter video game. Wow, that's a mouthful. It's going to be developed by BioWare and published by EA for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. It's a sequel to Mass Effect 3, and the game will take place way longer after the events in the first 3 Mass Effect games, and it's going to be in the Andromeda Galaxy. Mafia 3 is an upcoming open-world third-person action-adventure video game. A Vietnam War veteran is on a quest to seek revenge for his friends who are murdered by local mobs. The game is set in 1968 New Orleans with an open world design allowing players to freely explore the game's world. The upcoming Lawbreakers for PC is a new competitive FPS game where team-based action can come from any angle, rewarding your skill and not your streaks. Recore is an action-adventure video game that looks really cool. It's one of the last remaining humans on the planet controlled by robotic foes bent on destruction. You must forge friendship and courageous group of robot companions, each with unique abilities and powers. Lead this band of unlikely heroes on an epic adventure through mysterious, dynamic worlds. You can't save mankind alone. Horizon Zero Dawn is an action role-playing game in development by Guerrilla Games, and it's going to be published by Sony Computer Entertainment for the PlayStation 4. Your character, Aloy, is a hunter and an archer, and she's going to progress through a post-apocalyptic land which is ruled by these crazy robotic dinosaurs and mechanical creatures. The game is set 1,000 years into the future from the present, so I guess you could say it's 3016, and human civilization has abandoned Earth due to the crazy robotic creatures. Homefront: The Revolution is an open-world first-person shooter video game. It's set in 2029, 2 years after the events of Homefront and 4 years into the invasion of the United States by the GKR, which is the Greater Korean Republic. Hellblade is a video game being developed and published by Ninja Theory for PC and PlayStation 4. Over the course of the last 14 years, Ninja Theory says that they have developed 3 key strengths that define their games. Number 1, a ninja class combat. Number 2, a strong character story. And number 3, a unique art vision. In Hellblade, they want to take these 3 key strengths to the next level. Hellblade will be an experience focused on delivering deep character in a twisted world with brutal combat. Halo Wars 2 is a real-time strategy game that is being produced in collaboration between Creative Assembly and Microsoft. The game is a sequel to the original Halo Wars and will be done in the same kind of style. Now currently, we don't have much news about the story of the game as it has not been released yet. Watch Dogs 2 was accidentally confirmed by an Ubisoft developer. Now currently at the time of me making this video, we don't have any information about the game of Watch Dogs 2, but we do know that it is confirmed by an Ubisoft developer. Game of Thrones Season 2 has been confirmed by Telltale Games. At the end of episode 6, we're kind of left with multiple endings that Season 2 would be coming up later. But as of right now, we have no idea of what Season 2 is going to be about. We only have predictions left off from episode 6. But do expect a second season to Game of Thrones. Expect to see a new Terraria game this year called Terraria Otherworld. So Otherworld is going to place the player in a life and death struggle to restore a once pristine world. It's now overrun by crazy bad forces that have corrupted nature itself. Combining the elements of a sandbox game with a role-playing and strategy elements, Terraria Otherworld explores the Terraria experience in an innovative and unique way, providing a fresh approach to the open world genre. If you're into horror games, Friday the 13th, the game, is definitely one you want to look forward to in 2016. So you have a couple things to do in this game, such as single player and multiplayer. So there's two things you can do in single player is you can be and control a camp counselor that must survive a night at Camp Crystal Lake and outlast Jason. Or the second thing you can do in single player is play as Jason and try to kill all the people there. Now in the multiplayer gameplay, you have a pretty cool feature where it's 1 versus 6 and it's kind of a predator-prey style type minigame multiplayer system where one player controls Jason and the rest play as counselors trying to survive. Now me personally, I'm not a Final Fantasy fan, but if you guys know or play Final Fantasy, then expect to see Final Fantasy 15 coming up in 2016. Expect to see The Last of Us 2 in 2016, but we have a lot of new things coming to this game. We have new parts of the world, new eras, fresh faces, more weapons, and possibly some new consoles. Now we don't have any confirmed information about this as we only have rumors and stuff that's been leaked out of the development company, but expect to see The Last of Us 2 in 2016. EA Sports UFC 2 is a mixed martial arts fighting video game and it's going to be published for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So in this new UFC we can see some awesome changes such as a new physics system, the ultimate team mode, and more. Dreadnought is an upcoming combat flight simulator for PC. So this game is going to be pretty sweet as it makes the player feel like a captain of a large spacecraft that uses projectile weapons to attack. The player is able to choose between several classes of ships, each with drawbacks and advantages in categories like speed and size. The ships are absolutely massive and are intended to give the feel of being a commander. So this looks like a pretty sweet game, and it would be awesome to see this game played on something like the Oculus Rift. Doom is an upcoming first-person shooter game that is set to be released on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on May 13th of 2016. The game will feature a large arsenal of weapons which can be collected and freely switched by players throughout the game. Dishonored 2 is the sequel to Dishonored and it's going to be released on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. So after playing as Empress Emily during the prologue of the game, players can now decide to play as either Kaldwin or Corvo. Expect to see the upcoming third-person shooter Gears of War 4 in 2016. It's going to be published by Microsoft Studios for Xbox One and it's the sequel to Gears of War 3. Expect to see Crackdown 3, a sandbox-style third-person shooter video game for Xbox One. Now 6 years before this, in 2010, there was Crackdown 2 released for Xbox 360. So this game is going to focus on power of mass-scale destruction that enables everything in the game to be destroyed. Below is a single-player and multiplayer video game that's kind of an adventure-type style video game. It's going to be released for PC and Xbox One coming this year in 2016. The Telltale company is just getting bigger and bigger. In 2016, expect to see a Batman Telltale game series. I honestly can't wait for this as I love the type of Telltale games. They're really awesome, such as The Walking Dead and Minecraft Story Mode. I would love to see this in a Batman version in 2016. In late 2016 or very early 2017, we could be seeing a Titanfall 2 possibly featuring a new single player campaign. And of course, some new awesome features as it is a new Titanfall. Now, as of the time of me making this video, we don't have any information about Titanfall 2. We just know that it may feature a single player campaign. As of right now, it's still currently in development. Telltale Games is killing it this year, releasing a ton of new awesome games. They have a season 3 of The Walking Dead. So the third season was confirmed by Telltale Games on July 26 of 2014 during a Skybound Entertainment panel on the San Diego Comic-Con in 2014. But that was just when it was confirmed, as this year we will be seeing a full release of the season 3 of Telltale's Walking Dead game. Allison Road is an upcoming first-person survival horror video game. So for you horror fans, this is an awesome one that you may want to check out. The player is going to explore a house, gather some evidence from letters, photos from his family that have been a victim of a crime. Most rooms, including the backyard of the house, can be explored, though some doors are initially locked, some eventually open as the teaser progresses. In the final moments of the trailer, the player discovers a ghost-type figure assuming to be the ghost of his wife, which then assumingly attacks him, and then the screen cuts to black. In Adrift, the year is set to 2037, and the player is going to take control of Commander Alex, which takes place in zero gravity. The game is said to have two main objectives. Number 1 is to survive, and number 2 is to return home safely. Divinity Original Sin 2 is an epic RPG with turn-based combat and cooperative and competitive multiplayer. It's a sequel to Divinity The Original Sin, and it's expected to release in December of 2016. Deus Ex Mankind Divided is an upcoming cyberpunk-themed action role-playing video game combining a first-person shooter, stealth, and role-playing elements. It's going to be released on these 3 platforms: PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on August 23rd, 2016. We Happy Few is an upcoming first-person survival video game based in the 1960s in England. Face-painted inhabitants of a fictional town of Wellington Wells are kept under control with a drug called joy. The player takes the role of a downer, a person who refrains from taking joy. The downers comprise an underground resistance movement that is trying to escape from Wellington Wells. However, the town's citizens do not take kindly to downers, so the players have to act like they are high on joy in order to blend in. They must scavenge for food and supplies as they try to survive in this crazy world. Whether it's a distant mountain or a planet hanging low on the horizon, you can adventure there. No Man's Sky is a game about exploration and survival in an infinite generated galaxy. Expect to see a new Mirror's Edge game this year called Mirror's Edge Catalyst. So Mirror's Edge Catalyst is an upcoming open-world action-adventure video game developed by EA Dice and published by Electronic Arts. It's expected to release on May 24th of 2016 on 3 platforms: PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows, which is PC. So if you don't know what Mirror's Edge is, or if you haven't followed up with the Mirror's Edge series, it's kind of like an open-world parkour free-running type game. Battleborn is a tremendous band of heroes fighting to protect the universe's very last star from mysterious evil creatures. It's a next-gen shooter by the creators of Borderlands. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End is set several years after the events of Uncharted 3. Nathan is now retired and is a fortune hunter settled into a normal life with his wife Elena. His world is then turned upside down when he finds out that his older brother Sam has passed away. The next game we're going to take a look at is going to be released for Wii U, and its release date is anywhere from April 21st to April 22nd of 2016. It's called Star Fox Zero, and it's an upcoming 3D scrolling shooter video game centered on aircraft combat. It looks like this year we'll be seeing Ratchet and Clank, the 2016 version. So it is kind of a similar copy of the first game, but with new features and weapons. For example, one of the new weapons being included is the Pixelizer, which kind of, as you can guess, turns the enemies into an 8-bit appearance. Quantum Break is an upcoming third-person shooter action video game going to be released on Xbox One, possibly on the 5th of April of 2016. So players will play as Jack, which is the main character of the game, and he's a person with time manipulation powers in a world where time suffers, making everything freeze except Jack. Hitman is an action-adventure stealth video game that is currently under development by IO Interactive and will be published by Square Enix for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on the 11th of March in 2016. So Hitman is a third-person stealth video game in which players take control of Agent 47, which is an extremely well-trained assassin traveling to international locations and eliminating contracted targets. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 is an upcoming third-person shooter and tower defense video game. So it's going to be similar to Garden Warfare, and it has additions of 6 new plants and new zombie classes. So you have a new zombie version of Garden Ops titled Graveyard Ops, and it also has a new mode called Herbal Assault Mode, which supports up to 24 players. Far Cry Primal is an upcoming action-adventure video game, and it's set in 10,000 BCE. It's an open world filled with wildlife such as mammoths and saber-toothed cats. Survival is going to be a daily challenge in this game as tribes come into conflict with one another and the nature. Street Fighter V is an upcoming fighting video game, and it's scheduled to be released in February of 2016, which is this month. Two fighters use a variety of attacks and special abilities in order to knock out their opponents. Unravel is a physics-based puzzle platform video game developed by Coldwood Interactive and published by EA. Yarny explores the world around him every day, and things around this world look very large due to his small size. By using the yarn his body is made of, Yarny can create ropes to form bridges, pull things, swing from items, and more. Mighty No. 9 is focused on 2D platforming with a blend of 2D and 3D artwork and animation. Players can control a robot named Beck who is able to run, jump, and shoot projectiles at enemies that he encounters. The player will be able to acquire both weapons and abilities from enemies they defeat. Expect to see flat out 4 total insanity this year. So I'm really excited for this game, honestly. As a kid, I was a big fan and always played Flat Out, and it's really cool to see they're coming out with a new game this year. So if you're not sure what Flat Out is, it's a series of action racing games created by a Finnish independent video game developer, Bugbear Entertainment. The Witness is a puzzle adventure game experience in the first person view. The player is an unnamed character that is going to explore an island with numerous structures and formations. The island is divided into 11 sections, all arranged around a mountain that represents the ultimate goal for the player. The final game has more than 650 puzzles. Now this game is actually released now. It actually came out nearly a couple days ago. I believe it was a little bit over 10 days ago, but it is still highly anticipated in 2016. LEGO Marvel's Avengers is the second installment of the LEGO Marvel video game series, which was actually released on January 26th of 2016, around the same time the previous game that we just looked at, The Witness. So this game is actually out right now, but it's still brand new to all us gamers, and it's highly anticipated in 2016. So it's based off the films such as The Avengers Age of Ultron, Captain America, The First Avenger, Iron Man 3, Thor, The Dark World, and Captain America, The Winter Soldier. Layers of Fear is currently in early access right now, but it's a psychedelic horror game that will keep you on the edge of your seats the whole entire time you're playing it. Layer by layer, go ahead and uncover the visions, fears, and horrors that intertwine the artist and finish the masterpiece he has strived so very long to create. Dirt Rally is a racing video game focused on rallying. The game features 17 cars, 36 stages from across the world of 3 locations. Now, you may have seen this game in the past, released on December 7th of 2015, which was actually not too long ago, but it's not released yet for PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, as that is going to come on the 5th of April of 2016. Alright everyone, so that is going to wrap it up for the top 50 most anticipated games of 2016. But let's say you heard a game that wasn't on this list. You saw a game somewhere else and it wasn't on this list and you're like, whoa, I think it definitely deserves to be in this list. Well, I am making a part 2, so don't you worry. There will be a part 2 released within the next couple of weeks. So if you guys would like to see that, be sure to click that subscribe button to be notified when that video is live. I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. Now, it took a lot of time to make this video, so likes are greatly appreciated. I'm going to go ahead and quit my rumbling here. I hope you guys have a fantastic fantastic rest of your day, and I will catch you guys later in another video.